When you play pretend, you don't have to be real.
Some bears live circus lives, but this bear, he's singing with the Housewives. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to the Real Housebears.
Motherfucking piece of shit garbage whore podcast.
Yes! That's a very special guest right there.
I mean, for the 100th episode.
Who else do we get?
For our 100th episode, that's a great podcast.
Start, very much.
That's a great podcast. Well, you might have heard that voice maybe a few times before. We are here in the one and only Beauty Lab and Laser.
BLNL.
With Dreather Hardenwood, Heather Gay, Dre Robinson, the ladies of Live, Love, Lab. Hi, ladies.
Hi. Heather and Dre here.
I don't ever miss an episode of Live, Love, Lab, and I always get so excited to see how you're going to start off the episode every week, because you're like, this week we're going to come up with a new start to our podcast.
Heather, remember when you were going to come up with a new intro by episode 69?
That was my typical overpromise, underdeliver. And I get anxiety every time we do our opener, and I always try to make eye contact with you in order to communicate so we don't have to cut. But I get nervous because it never feels to flow.
Well,
I mean, I think that your listeners are just kind of like, that's what we expect now.
Yeah. They like that knife's edge of uncomfortability.
Yeah. What are they going to do today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they going to say hello?
Well, Heather messed it up.
No. All right, so let's tell everyone how we all became Dreather Hardenwood.
It's the story for the ages.
Yeah, so when we started our podcast in November of 2020, 2 years ago. Can you believe it's only been 2 years?
That's
like a
crazy.
lifetime.
I know. 3 seasons in 2 years. It's a lot going on.
That's right.
Yeah. So
You get no recovery time.
None.
So Hunter
Age me 30.
somehow, actually had a friend who got us all of the Housewives' email addresses. And so once we started our podcast, we emailed every single one of your castmates. And you're the only one that responded. Well, actually, Meredith responded and turned us down.
And then I think Whitney sent us a message saying that she
That was much later.
When I told her to do it,
later.
probably, because she's my mouthpiece.
Well, thank you
Whitney, you must do this podcast.
Well, thank
I
you
have
for
evil
that.
intentions.
Thank
Do
you
the
for that.
podcast.
So we got nervous as hell and drove to Beauty Lab and Laser to meet Heather and Dre. But it was one of the most fun, way easier than we ever would have planned.
It was totally easy. It
Yeah.
was like, we're already friends.
We were
Yeah.
weren't we best friends within 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes,
for real.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the whiskey, but nonetheless.
Wait, how long about 15 minutes. 15 minutes till we were best friends.
And that was so much fun. And then you all invited us to the season 1 finale party that was the following weekend. And we went and bought new outfits.
Ooh, I remember the outfits. Let's talk a little bit about the outfits.
Well, Hunter...
I had that gold outfit with the mask that just people in Utah don't
Outfit
understand.
or panties? Gold panties. On this bear, it was a sight to see. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Everything was gorgeous that night.
And then it just kind of never stopped. It went to karaoke.
Mm-hmm. Karaoke at the Highlander.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And we podcasted together on Live, Love, Lab.
Well, we had to do it twice because the first one didn't take.
Didn't record correctly.
Thank God. We were so excited. You were so disappointed that it didn't record. And we were like, yes.
So worried to tell us.
That means we have to go back and hang out with them again.
Because it's kind of effortless and so fun,
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely. We always get so excited to hang out with you because there's just never shortage of things to talk about when we get together.
Totally.
Never a shortage of laughs.
Or shortage of tears. We get it all.
Well, I mean, we have to talk about the cherry on top, which is bringing you into season 3 of The Real Housewives, right?
I'm making you a pop culture icon overnight.
It sure did. Within those first 3 minutes, you had him and him and him following you.
Oh, best line of the entire season.
have
Oh
him
my!
and him
it's
and him.
other than I do, it's the most important thing I've ever said.
Oh, that is tender and funny.
That's so
all of it.
cute.
It's been. I just wake up every day so grateful for both of you. You just really accepted us into your lives. And I mean, we've been to concerts together and performances together. I know your kids.
Amy Grant.
And it's just so exciting to have friends that are fun to be around, great to look at, and just improve. We always leave like, there was just so many great things to talk about. We always learn something new, and we always see something new when we get to hang out with you all. So it's just really exciting that you have welcomed us and become part of our family.
Well, unfortunately, Heather's been too busy this season, but me, Dre, and Paul, and Corey have been doing beer runs and stuff on the weekends.
Yeah.
And pool parties
Yeah,
at your mom's house.
we did the beer fest, and yeah, you guys came to my mom's 70th birthday.
I mean, I feel like I spent the summer at your mom's house.
I know.
Her pool boy.
Yeah, but what better place to... You know what? The picture that I posted of me and Hunter and our Speedos with your mom is one of my most looked at images on my Instagram.
Lorraine, Rockstar Art.
Yes.
Rockstar art.
Rockstar art for sure.
And she's the one who did our painting of Kylie in the hallway.
I know. She's so talented. She's so talented.
cool-
y'all. What
cool
is your
lady.
Lorraine's Instagram?
Rockstar art.
Check out Lorraine's art. She's
Yeah.
really,
she's
really talented.
Such a talented lady.
Also known as Dre's mom.
Also
or our
nice.
Nana.
Our Nana. Our Nana.
And Nana is in the choir.
Nana
Yes.
is the staple in the choir.
Yep.
Yes, and then we started a choir together. Which,
Well, we had a night of show tunes around my piano.
you know, I don't know if you even realized this. Like, that was a big night because that was also the night that Jen Shaw disappeared from the weird Uber,
Oh yeah, it was.
which was a
Yeah.
big storyline.
That was the night
that
you-
made season 2 storyline. Yeah.
That was the night you introduced us to Jen and then left us
Left
with
you
her.
with Jen?
Yes.
Oh, remember
I had to get home.
and I didn't have my ID, so I
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
go.
it was supposed to be a big group thing.
And
Yeah.
Jen talked the entire time, which was so nice because we just sat there in awe.
In
listening
awe.
to her. Yeah,
And
she was
laughed your
so
butts
pissed
off, I
about
bet.
Lisa of doing
Yeah.
that Fresh Wolf party
Yeah,
and not
it was-
inviting her.
Oh,
season.
she had just found out that night. She'd
Yeah.
come over. Was that the night she brought me all the sex
Sex toys.
toys?
All the
Okay,
sex
yes.
toys.
So she had been at my house and we had had dinner and sex toys and then met up with them at the Hog Swallow.
Yes. And then we ended up leaving with some of your sex accoutrement.
Yeah, because I had no need.
Heather's like, when am I going to use this?
What part of abstinence do these play? Just kidding.
Well, we've enjoyed the sheets.
Oh, that's right, the sheets. You know, that would bring Jen so much joy to know that you guys are using those sheets because when we just moved, I found my children found the candy necklace handcuffs
Oh,
and
my.
G-string. And I thought, not only did my daughter see this, but the movers.
I know.
At least they were in sealed packages, but Jen Shaw, I should have been like, Jen gave those to me. I'm sure she wants them to be used, you know.
Wow.
And everyone's like, we hear that all the time.
Yeah.
We're doing our best. We're doing
It
our
was a
best.
gift. It was a gift.
It's not mine. My friend left it here.
So you two are some of the busiest women in the world. You're opening up a new location. You've got a book coming out any day now.
Any day now, February 7th.
February 7th. Are you excited and terrified all at the same time?
All at the same time. I mean, I'm mostly excited to it's like birthing a baby, you know, I've recorded the audiobook. We've gotten all of our reviews back from the trades and I'm 3 for 3 on great reviews. So Kirkus gave us, said it was the must read playbook for apostates. Handbook
For apostates,
Handbook for
yeah.
apostates. Booklist said it's going to be a high demand. What did...
I mean, I can pull them all
And
up
I mean,
right now.
we've gotten great reviews, so there's a lot of buzz around it, and so I just now want it to hit the shelves and have people read it. And then I'm also terrified of the reaction for the people that do read it.
Right.
Publishers Weekly called it a spicy debut. And I mean, it's just everybody loves it. She
can't
writes
wait
with
for it.
self-deprecating humor. Real Housewives disciples will relish these unfiltered revelations.
Oh, that is so exciting.
Well, we know how much heart and effort you put into this book and rewrites and make it into
Yeah.
your own voice and making it come out the way you need it to be. So we're really excited to hear your voice come out through the book.
You're gonna love it.
I can't wait. We need to have a Sunday night excerpt reading from you.
Ooh, yes, story time.
Can we all just get in your bed in our pajamas?
Yes.
That's exactly what Heather wants.
I mean, I can't
exactly
think of
what I
anything
want.
I'd enjoy more.
I would enjoy that myself. No, I've heard that recording an audiobook is tough. I've heard that it's like painstaking.
Not for this one.
Not for this guy.
Yeah.
It was like the joy of her life. I've never seen her happier.
Yeah, I was on time. I mean, I was beating Dre there every morning.
with like a coffee for me in hand.
and like full
Wow.
lipstick, hair, pearls,
Yeah.
everything. It was. I was like I pitched myself to be like a reader. Like, do you have books on hand that you need recorded? It was like the most. I loved it. We had 4 extra days of studio time because I got through it so quickly.
That is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, the producer said her only complaint was that she'd enjoyed it so much and it went too quickly. And then the audio engineer's complaint was that we had 4 days that we had to get refunded.
Oh, wow.
Because I just opened it up and read it, and she said that it's, well, I had written it, so it was easy. They were already my words, and it was already in my voice, so that made it really easy. But she said you could also tell you'd lived it and you loved it, and I think that's why making the audiobook was like effortless.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
It was cool.
So how's opening up location number 2 feeling these days?
Ooh.
That's getting
Oh, mama.
That's getting close.
It is getting close. It is getting close, and it's exciting. And I think Heather and I are both quickly realizing how many things go into like opening a second location. Things that like you don't really consider, like hooking up the power, like moving the power over into your name. Little tiny details, like someone came over the other day, our contractor came over the other day and asked about like what kind of drawer closes we wanted. Like, of course, we did soft.
Yeah, like soft close, yeah.
But like just I was like, that's a thing. I didn't know that we had to decide on stuff like that. It just, I don't know. Like, there's a lot. And, just getting the schedule together for the second location, how that, like, we just figured out, like, how we're going to do the phones and what our new phone number is going to be and how we kind of just make that work. It's just a lot of things to consider. We have to order furniture, too.
Oh, we do?
Like,
okay.
this week.
Okay, got it.
So,
Yeah, because I think when we were just excited basically to accommodate our customers, and we just kept thinking it's like we're a family, we're a clique, and your friend group just doubled. Now you have 2 locations where you can get anything you want. You can go whenever, wherever, whatever works best for you. You're not relegated to one place or the other. And we're just focusing on that celebration, not on the
the drawer closes.
the nuts and bolts of the drawer pulls and the counter height and the countertops.
Well, and it's funny too because this is really the first time we've done this. Like we opened this location. Obviously, everybody saw it during season 1. However, it was just a move. Like we already had all the furniture. We already had all of our stuff. Mm-hmm. We had an existing practice that we just transported over here into a bigger, better space. But this is a very different experience having to like
Do the
replicate.
foundation.
Yeah,
everything
and work with the
between.
design team and the contractors and have it be all, and finding out what we had done wrong and what we could improve on. And so it's been a whole process.
That's
Yeah.
going to be all sparkly and new, though. It's going to be
Yeah.
so
I know. It's going to be
exciting.
fun.
But it will never be the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot.
No.
You feel the presence when you get into the parking lot. It's a real thing. Like, I had some friends come from South Carolina for my birthday, and on our way to the lower part of the state, we had to stop at Beauty Lab because we actually had a Sprinter van.
Oh my gosh.
And we had to get it was
We
the
like
same day
parked
you
it
were,
right in
Yeah.
the same location.
Oh
took
my
pictures.
gosh, that's fabulous.
But you feel like the ghost of Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
You know?
NYPD.
Are they strippers?
Yeah.
We should just grab some gravel outside and start selling it.
Yes.
Honestly, like this is a piece of asphalt from the Beauty Lab and Laser parking lot.
The Holy Land.
Yeah.
It is pretty fun to sit at the front desk, which we don't often do, but every time we do, it's wild to see how many people just stop in the parking lot and take a picture and then drive off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said there's a Yelp review out for them that we are considered like a landmark, a must see.
That
Oh my
is
gosh.
awesome.
Yeah. Soon the state is going to recognize you as a landmark.
I mean, I
right?
totally 100% get it, and I wish we had a way to facilitate more people coming in and more merch and stuff, because I remember like going to Villa Blanca, or
yeah.
going to, where's that place that Jeff Lewis always got tacos with his team? Like
Oh, I love Jeff
that.
Lewis.
Yeah, that on flipping
I know
out.
what you're
That
talking
Mexican
about,
restaurant.
yes.
Like then it was under construction when I went to Los Angeles, and I was devastated. Just
Right,
little.
yeah.
Little,
You have to go to those
yeah,
places.
little touch points that connect you to reality TV that make it so much more
Yeah.
personable, you know?
And Beauty Lab definitely found its place in that.
And I wish it wasn't like, come in and spend $7,000 getting your face injected. You know?
So people think that you just made up a choir for TV.
They do?
Yes.
Is that the word on the street?
I get that all the time.
Why would I
people-
do that for stupid TV? TV doesn't even like us back.
I know, right? So, I mean, I'm constantly telling people, I'm like, y'all, we've been talking about this choir pretty much since we've known each other.
Yeah.
Oh, like not even just for TV, but like we thought of it for TV.
Yes.
Oh.
Like, they literally thought, season 3 started, so Heather thought, what is my story going to be this season? Oh, I'm going to start a choir.
That's not going to go anywhere. People thought that the choir wasn't going to go anywhere. It's just for that episode.
Oh my gosh. That's like so what do you say to them?
I mean, I just say that we've been talking about this choir as long as we've known each other, and that I thought you were pretty clear on the show about why we started this choir.
Yeah, I said you and I were singing at the piano, and I remembered we both didn't I tear up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
No
we all,
more talk of darkness. Forget those wide-eyed fears.
yeah. So but you know, I have learned through this process that people don't really believe that reality TV is real. They don't.
I mean,
believe
they
it at
think
all.
you're a trained actor with a SAG
Yeah,
card.
they feel like they
yeah.
give you a script and they put you in a room and all the fights are semi-fake and everything.
So right here, you're hearing it. The choir is real.
Choir is real, and it's better than real. It's transformative.
It is. You know, there are some Tuesday evenings where I'm tired. I've had a long day, and I'm like, and I'm sure, Dre, since you host the rehearsals at your home, you probably feel the same. You're like, do I really have the energy for this tonight? And then we get there, and it just changed. I mean, y'all have brought music back into my life. You've changed my life in so many ways. And it really, nothing charges your soul than singing and sharing and being in that community with the people. And we have talented and interesting and likable people.
In the choir.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like birds of a feather. But Corey, like watching you direct music, it's what you were born to do.
Did you hear us talking about it on the podcast last week?
how our body like arches and
Yeah.
like, and I mean, you have a ramshackle. I sang soprano for the first time on Carol of the Bells. All I did was watch you. I knew when to breathe. I knew when to arc. I knew when to do everything because I watched my fearless
Thank you.
leader.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
And-
that one episode where you had every single housewife staring at you, paying attention, and you're discussing what you're born to do, basically, was really impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like
Thank
it's hard to get 6 housewives in a room with 10 cameras to focus, be quiet, and listen to a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the power of your message, but that's, you are a dynamic, I mean, you're a star for a reason. You're this dynamic character in all of our lives.
Well, thank you.
And all your hard work over the years, you deserve it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yesterday I was at the gym and I was preparing for our next segment, thinking about Christmas songs that I love, and I was thinking about songs that I did with my choir back in the day. So I just turned on their YouTube channel and listened to our old rehearsals, or our old performances, and just like cried at the gym for an hour.
Oh, Papa.
That's
so
what it
sweet.
does.
Yeah.
Music is the one element that you can build to scale. You can experience in scale,
Oh, I love that.
and
I
it's
do love that.
it just absolutely binds you. Like, look at our choir, how disparate we all are, all of our backgrounds, all of our reasons for being there, and like we're in the same choir. It's better than a sorority,
And
know?
it's like one of those experiences where, like, to your point of, like, sometimes it's a Tuesday night and you're tired, you've had a long day, but every single time, like, what do we always say when everyone leaves? We're just like, we love the choir. It's
so much. Like,
fun.
yeah,
Like-
you feel fulfilled. You feel rejuvenated emotionally, physically, spiritually. And that is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to connect to a screen. I didn't want to listen to music. Got me through most all of the traumas in my life, but I wanted to like experience with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And I didn't have it anywhere to do it. And I feel like what we had that day at the piano together, like you can feel when you're at choir.
Right. Oh, yeah. And I love that we all, even the other choir members, we all own this. We're not answering to anyone else. I don't have to answer to a principal,
Yeah.
Right.
or parents or anything like that. Like, this is ours that we're building together, and
Yeah.
that's really exciting.
It's really exciting. It's just getting started. we are going to like make sure that everyone around the nation and world can have the same experience.
Yes.
They won't ever have a choir director as talented and as steeped in, music, but you can train them.
Absolutely.
You know how to do dynamic learning across
I
platforms.
do. I certainly do.
And there's people all around the United States that I get messages to just because I know I'm asking how they can be a part of the choir of some form or fashion.
The interest and demand to audition has been crazy. So we're going to facilitate like video auditions for locals, and then we'll try to head up chapter heads,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys need to do a reality show, get a Sprinter van, get everybody on the bus, and travel from city to city and recruit people that are local.
It'd be so
Just
cool.
to see what
Like
they do.
missionaries.
Yes.
Yes. It would be missionaries.
Yeah, we'll be little missionaries for music. More music missionaries.
Yes.
I love
I
it.
love that.
I do love that. Don't give me an excuse to travel.
I love that.
I love that. I just thought the same thing.
Completely off the subject, and we'll get to our favorite song next. But Salt Lake City, I get more sound bites from Salt Lake City than any other Housewives that we cover. Like, everything that you all say is funny.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not kidding.
Well, they always leave a lot of parts where it's silent so we can get the perfect audio bite of it, too. That's the key. Like, there's no music behind it. There's nobody screaming behind it. Everyone just says these little one-line quips, and it's just...
I'm not
it's too
exaggerating.
good.
Last season, I got over 700 sound bites from Salt Lake City.
It's a
And
beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful thing.
everything that you all say is funny and most of the time reusable and different.
Can I ask a question, a
Yeah.
revealing question?
Yeah.
Did you make a soundbite of your I'll have one of him
Oh,
and him
absolutely.
and him?
You
No,
sure
the
did.
first episode that I got to use my own sound bites in our podcast.
Was that a little bit meta?
That's
for
so
you?
meta.
so meta.
He actually has like 3 or 4 sound bites.
I have
to be
a
honest
few,
with you.
I pretty
let's
much
hear another
recorded-
one.
I pretty much recorded
Let's hear one.
all of the ones that
I want to hear one.
Oh, okay, I could do that.
But like I was saying, like imagine the genius writer that could have said, "And what is Easter without a him? I'll have him and him and him."
I'm just so
I
glad
mean,
that I
we
said
would if there was someone that funny that could write that type of banter, I would.
And that
hire
was
him.
just off the top of his head.
Yeah,
Right?
So
Didn't even
funny.
have that planned.
So good for TV.
I
That's why
know.
we need to have
It only
more of
took
them
him
on.
7 or 8 takes to get it right.
My favorite sound bites are when we had rehearsal and everyone was coming into the room, and for some reason I announced everyone who was coming in. I was like, Lisa Barlow, Angie Harrington, there she is, and like everyone who came except for Whitney, which I think I actually
You did, but
they
they edited
cut
it
that
out.
out really easily.
To give more tension.
Yeah, but it's
Meanwhile, Whitney texted me like, "What should I wear to choir?" Just kidding.
I know. I was like, did you guys plan that?
Matching outfits.
Are you
She likes to
wearing
show up
green?
to all the events in matching outfits, either Angie Harrington or me.
Well, here's the good one.
My cackle.
Yes,
I love it.
The momentum is starting.
Momentum is starting.
I mean, I pretty much have everything that I've said this season.
Let's hear another one. Let's hear another one. I love them all. How about your warm up?
Oh my god, that editing is so funny. When our warm ups were literally the background music for
Yeah.
your conversation.
So great.
It was so good.
And
That
I'm
was
like, can
good
we put a
TV.
pin in this so I can get back to my choir? Thank you.
Right.
That was
There we
good.
go.
When you hum, you want your lips together but your teeth apart. Put lots of space in your mouth.
We were listening to this one podcast. I think it was Sexy Unique Podcast, and they were humming along with them during the episode, and they're like, he was teaching me how to hum.
That actually reminded me of some old warm ups, and we actually did it in the next rehearsal that we had.
So cool. I know. It's like we actually learn and improve every single time.
Yeah. And I also love that Heather McDonald said that you got your black eye from my penis.
Well, I don't know how she found that out. You just whacked your huge dick right in my eye.
Listen,
That's not his first time, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was the piece of meat that I was supposed to freeze and then just place on the bruise to make it go away. But there were so many different hacks you guys were giving me.
okay, so I brought up the choir so that we could segue into a little game I want to play.
And you didn't think that getting my black eye with your giant dick was an appropriate segue?
Well, yes, that can segue into anything.
True.
Okay, so back when Andy Cohen first launched Radio Andy, he had a show on there called My Favorite Song with John Benjamin Hickey, and he had celebrities on the show, and they would just talk about different categories of songs.
I should have been Andy Cohen in a different life.
Right?
Maybe you are.
This is like my whole thing.
It was such
I did
a great
not
show.
know he
I miss
had
it.
that.
I miss it so much. But like Sarah Jessica Parker was on, and he'd be like, "What's your favorite disco song?" And then they would play her song, and they would talk about her song. It was a conversation that I always wanted to be part of.
I love it. Do they have back?
I bet you they do.
Okay,
sure
well, I'm
they
going to
would
ask
have
him
to.
personally.
So
He listens
I thought
to this anyway,
we could
so hey,
play
Andy.
a little bit of my favorite song today, and just throw out some categories of songs, and tell me, if you have a little story about it, that would be fun too. But let's just start with sometimes it's your favorite song today, maybe not your favorite song tomorrow, But let's start with Christmas today, since we're right around the corner. Tell us your favorite Christmas song.
My favorite Christmas song is "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day," written by Longfellow after suffering tragedy upon tragedy upon tragedy. Big surprise. I love sad
dark.
stories. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, he had lost his daughter to fire. He lost his wife. He had his son had been not mortally, but like severely wounded at war, and he didn't have any joy. He was despondent, had no joy, no hope, and then heard the bells on Christmas Day and said, there is no peace on earth, I said, but then he realized that like there's hope deep down inside, and
Oh, wow.
and I can't say the words. I get too emotional.
No, I love that.
That's beautiful. I didn't know that story.
No, me either. I love that story.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
I'll check that out. I mean, I know the song.
Yeah.
I just
Didn't know
listen
the
to it
backstory.
new, and I don't know if I knew all the words, so I'll
No.
pay attention. All right, Dre, what about you?
Mine is "So This Is Christmas"
Oh, good.
That's a
by
great one.
John Lennon.
Oh, good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
What have you done?
I just, I'm a sucker for like a Christmas pop.
Yeah.
And I love the message. And plus, I feel like John Lennon is a bit of a father figure to me.
I would
you
say
guys know my
knowing
mom.
your mom, yes.
Yeah. And so it's always been one of my favorites.
I love that. I put a Paul McCartney song on my list in honor of your mom. Love that.
Okay.
All right, Hunter, what's yours?
Mine would be "Carol of the Bell."
He does. He loves Carol.
I love that song. "Oh Holy Night" by Cartman from South Park.
I'm all
Forgets the
tender.
words. I just love that.
That's good,
great.
Hunter.
It was really hard for me not to use Amy Grant or Madonna for every song. But
Typical.
Yes, but my favorite Christmas song is actually it's a choir piece called "Baby, What You Wanna Be." Do you know that?
Yes, is it "Baby Lying in a Manger"?
Yes.
That is. Remember, I told you about that song the other.
but
Like,
you didn't know the title.
yes,
Yeah.
it's called "Baby What You Want." Yes, I love that song.
Me too.
Hey, Christmas
Love it.
2023 local vocals.
That's what got me listening to my choir doing YouTube yesterday.
Sing a
was
little
that
line of it,
song.
you two. Let's hear it.
Oh, it's a really beautiful four-part.
It's a
piece.
So I was in a quartet for a Christmas program one year at my high school, and we did that song, and it easily.
What's the next line after "Lying in a Manger"?
Baby lying in a manger, slumbering so sweetly. What you wanna be?
What will you do?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a really beautiful song.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that you.
I
knew
know.
That.
That's your
Yeah,
favorite.
We're doing it next year.
Okay.
I saw a funny meme. You know how everything's going around about the Nepo babies? Or Nepo babies? Nepo babies. Like nepotism babies. Like
Oh.
the children of like, and how nepotism is wrong. And the Tomsters, who's kind of a social activist, said, ultimate Nepo baby, Jesus. Like, creator of the universe, savior.
Yeah.
It was such a great
That's
little meme.
so
That
funny.
is
Speaking of baby lying in a manger.
I'll send you a link.
I would
listen
love
to
to. I love it.
It's
It sounds awesome.
Beautiful. All right. Well, how about a song? This is my favorite category. A song that makes you think of high school. I was really excited because you all live in a different part of country, grew up in a different part of the country that I grew up, and he grew up in a different era that I grew up in. So I'm excited to hear about all this.
I know we kind of. I bet we're gonna have a wide variety,
Yeah.
or are we all just gonna be the same? It's the big mystery.
Mine is James Taylor. That might throw a curveball into the room.
Okay.
But,
Why? Tell the story.
We had a very, very tight group of friends. A couple of guys that played guitar and like were big Telluride, music festival guys. And I was on an Indigo Girls singer-songwriter kick. and James Taylor was like the perfect hybrid, I think. And so it was this music that we just listened to over and over and sang in harmony with our friends. And so like Shed a Little Light.
I love
Now
that.
let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
He's such a great songwriter.
He's
he's great and prolific
voice.
and
Yeah.
so like that, anything by James Taylor immediately takes me right back to high school. In fact, I was on my way to do a confessional for Ultimate Girls Trip, and a James Taylor song came on. It was the song for Far Away or whatever. I'm paraphrasing right now, but I videoed it and took a picture of myself and sent it to my high school friend. That's how much
I
it.
love that.
That's cute.
Diane McBride. She doesn't listen to the podcast, but she's out there.
Shout out,
Shout out to
Diane.
Diane.
Aw.
What song makes you think of
Okay,
High School Dre?
so I feel like no one's going to know this song, but it's a song called Stranger Than Fiction by Bad Religion. And the reason why I chose this, because I mean, obviously, like I went to high school in the age of like Nirvana. So like all grunge, of course, makes me think of high school. But this song in particular, because I had early morning seminary, I grew up in Virginia, and this older boy from my ward drove me every morning because I couldn't drive. And he was like kind of like a bad kid, but his parents made him go to early morning seminary every morning. And but he listened to punk rock. And it was very intimidating, and I didn't like him. But one day he was like, "Oh, Dre, I'm going to play you this song. I think you're going to like it." And it was Stranger Than Fiction by Bad Religion, and I loved it. And I was like, "Oh, shit. I like bad music. It's Bad Religion."
Are you a bad Mormon?
And so I might be a bad Mormon. I didn't know it at the time, but it was like definitely like one of my like secret, like I kept it as a secret, but I ended up getting into the whole catalog of Bad Religion and all
That
punk rock.
is so funny.
And I have a deep love for like 1990s punk rock music, the Vans Warped Tour, all of that.
Vandals.
Huh?
Did you listen to the Vandals?
Oh, of course, of course. And yeah, so that if I hear that song, I'm instantly back in that car. It was a minivan, and you know, being secretly thrilled about listening to this like Bad Mormon music.
That is
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
I
and it's
love
just a
that.
great song.
I love it.
Yeah, we totally would have hung out in high school. I grew up in the early 2000s in high school, so if you play any kind of emo or punk, that reminds me of high school. But I'm going to pick the song that came out my graduating year, and it was Yeah by Usher.
Oh, yeah.
They played that all the time, and they played it at every single prom.
And there's a little Hunter at the prom dancing.
I know.
Yes.
What were you like at prom?
I was really nerdy and dorky, but I remember one of the really popular girls came over to dance with me, and I ended up dancing to her to I Like Big Butts.
Oh
And I
my
was
god!
so nervous, like this little white kid just trying to dance
Trying
with
to
her.
dance to. Oh,
Super uncomfortable, super... I wasn't popular in high school and very shy and have a lot of anxiety. So I went to my prom with one of my church friends, which I knew she was a lesbian. So I was like, phew.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
pressure.
no pressure.
Yeah.
And then I just went to prom with a bunch of my friends, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good time, and no pressure of sex at the end. Awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's great.
That sounds a lot like my prom.
I know. I'm all saying there was
Same.
that was
No
nothing.
pressure. Not even on the radar.
So I listened to mostly Christian music growing up, but once I started listening to secular music in high school, I thought I would be really cool if I bought a U2 CD.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I ended up buying the Rattle and Hum soundtrack, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Makes me think. about it.
No, that's a good one.
It is a classic. That song will last this,
Absolutely.
all of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so that's my high school memories. All right, I
Love
know
that.
we're getting low on time, so I'll just do a few more. I want to know your favorite song about love or heartbreak. And we can go in any order if anybody's.
Do you want me to go, Heather?
Sure.
Okay. So I know I'm choosing a song about love. And my favorite love song is called My Love for You Is Real. It's by Ryan Adams, which I know we're not supposed to listen to him.
He's back. He's back. He got reinstated.
Okay, good. I'm
No longer canceled.
okay, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he got canceled for.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know
it's the
he
whole
got
thing,
canceled. I didn't
but he's a phenomenal songwriter, tortured artist, of course. All messed up people are somehow geniuses, I guess, when it comes to music writing. And yeah, it's just a beautiful song. And I walked down the aisle to it when I got married to Brady.
Oh, wow.
And, so it has been slightly tainted for me because I am divorced now. But I decided actually when I was making my notes for this, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking it back. And we've talked about this before, with, some songs that have been so important to us.
But somehow are tainted.
Yeah. And I thought of In My Life,
Yeah.
And you talk about that in your book.
Yeah.
And so we're taking back our
Taking
songs.
back our
Dude.
songs.
You know
we're
what? I'm
taking
going to
it
take
back.
it back. We talked about a song that I felt had been tainted.
Oh, that's
I'm taking
right.
that back.
Take it back.
Taking
Yeah,
it back.
we're taking it back.
You
Oh,
know,
I
in
love that.
Goonies, when they find the treasure and they say, "This isn't ours, these are other people's wishes," and he says, "Well, this is my wish, and it didn't come true. So I'm taking it back.
I'm taking it back.
I'm taking them all back." And we're taking our songs back.
I'm totally taking my song
And I
back.
think that's an empowering thing to
Yeah.
flip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
I did that. Have you figured yours out yet?
I mean, the truth is, the greatest heartbreak in my life has probably been breaking up with the church. And that sounds trite to many,
I
but
get it.
No,
that was the
it's
greatest
real.
heartbreak. And I think kind of my divorce and that whole process is all combined in the song "After All" by Dar Williams.
I don't
And
know if I know that
the first one of the
beautiful
lines is
song.
the first there's a little dedication in Bad Mormon that says, "The whole truth is like the story of a wave unfurled." And that's a line from "After All." And then the final chapter of the book is, "I guess life chose me after all." And that feels like that's a line from that same song.
I'm checking that on the way home.
It's a great, great song. I feel like it encapsulates my whole life.
Oh, I love that. I want to listen on the way home. All right, Butte.
Are you going to do favorite song from a movie or?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to do
More on
favorite
the
song
South
from a TV show?
We can. I just want to be respectful of your time.
Okay, well, I have 2 songs about love that I have. And one of them is Evermore from Beauty and the Beast. I love that song. And then Smash Into You by Beyonce.
I love both of
They get
those
just both
choices.
melted.
I know.
And I'm thinking Beyonce.
No, they're important to both of us.
Yeah,
They're
because we
important.
travel so much and we're always kind of meeting up with each other at the airports or waiting for one of us to get home from the airport. And plus, he proposed to me at the airport, and that whole song is about her waiting to get home to the person that she loves because it doesn't matter where she is. She just wants to be there with them. And when they finally meet up, she just wants to smash into them and become one. So that's our love song.
That is.
I can't listen to it on the air flight or when I'm gone or on flights because
You'll
I'll just
get
sit and
emotional.
cry.
You guys are like the
I
two
know, and
biggest
can you-
softies in the
And
whole
they're
world.
holding hands. Can we
I
point
know.
out? They hold hands through the whole
They're so
We hold
podcast
hands all day
and
long.
caress.
No.
We hold hands
Get
all
a
day long.
room, bears. Get a room. Get a bear cave.
The other, Corey's been extra lovey-dovey this season and smothering me with love, which is, there could be worse
I
things.
know. When you put that on our group text, I thought, what is he talking about?
Can't quit
Like,
hugging
I
me and
can't
kissing
get
me
enough of
and-
Hunter. Okay, well,
just
we're going to have
can't.
to put our hands
I
down
just
during the
can't.
podcast.
Loving him and touching him and hugging him. Just
Like,
24
we were
hours a
getting
day.
ready for bed and we're just cuddling and we're starting a movie and he said, "I love you" 3 times within a 5-minute period. I'm like, I love you too.
Yeah, you're like,
if
I
you keep
love
saying
you.
it, I'm going to stop
I'm
saying
very
that.
needy. I'm very needy.
I'm just crazy about him. I can't help
I
it.
love you too, Claire.
Well, it's like you're full of joy.
I am.
This has been an amazing year for both of us,
Amazing
career-wise and being on pop culture now. And
Making all your dreams come true, memes and gifts and all of it.
Dreams that I
Heather
never
McDonald
thought.
saying you have a giant black eye making dick. I mean,
I could have never dreamed that. These are not dreams come true because I could have never dreamed that big.
I
Living the
feel
life.
we resonate with each other completely because it's absolutely, we're on the same path.
Yeah.
And I treasure every minute, every moment. And it feels surreal. Like we're casually scheduling a podcast for us 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of amazing. And
It
we're getting
is.
off a call with Bravo or a call with them, just to fit it
amazing.
into this life.
Such a
It's
surreal
borrowed
life.
time.
Yes.
And it's your 100th episode. Like,
Yeah.
that is such
Happy
an accomplishment.
birthday
Yeah.
to
That's
you.
Dude, we've been doing
Unbelievable.
Live Love Lab for like 4 years and we
We stopped at 69.
Yeah. You're getting close. You're getting close.
What are we at? We're like in
It's
the 80s?
79, I think.
79. We'll repurpose this. We'll be at 80. Let's just bump us up to 80.
There you go. There you go. I chose Silly Love Songs by Paul McCartney and Wings.
Oh.
And it made me think of your mom right away. But songs about heartbreak, there's a song, there's a musical called The Last 5 Years. They made a movie version of it with Anna Kendrick, but she sings a song called I'm Still Hurting. It opens up the whole show and talking about how her boyfriend has left and how he doesn't care anymore and how he's doing great, but I'm still hurting. And that song just rips my heart out every time I hear it. Like,
Does Anna Kendrick sing it in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've got to
Yeah, we
watch
need
that.
to
I'm
watch
a
it.
big Anna Kendrick fan.
the musical is her story, is their love story, but her story is starting from once it was over, and his story is starting from where they began, and it kind of just
Oh,
like
very
goes through
cool.
that.
Kind of like sliding doors.
So yeah, that song rips me to shreds every time.
I know a lot of breakup songs. I like breakup songs best, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that I'm in love, now love songs are... ugh.
Now you're more
I
into
know,
like
I
in
remember
love.
when the last Adele album came out, I remember listening to Live Love Lab and you both talking about how it was ripping your heart out. And Hunter, we were like, you know what? We just don't identify with heartache, right?
Just not sad right now.
Have you ever been so happy? Can I feel? Am I alive? Am I in here?
Yes. All right, we're running low on time, but yes, I would like to know what your favorite TV theme song is.
Well, it was really cool because when I saw the list and I've been thinking about it, it immediately came to me and I was just kind of singing it to myself and I had this wave of emotion because, well, it's Cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Bum, bum, bum. And they're always
Did you know
glad
that
you
that has a
came.
second verse? Woke out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead, the morning's looking bright, and my shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And my husband wants to be a girl. Aren't you glad there's a place in the world where everybody knows your name? That's the second verse. I used to have the choral arrangement of it, oddly.
Well, we're singing it. We need that choral arrangement and we need licensing for it for the choir because as I was singing, I was like, well, I wonder why as a kid that resonated with me so much more than Growing Pains or Family Ties.
Sure,
They all have great theme songs. I mean, I grew up in the era of great theme songs. And I realized that it is that sense of community and that sense of like, and I realized that Housewives and pop culture and social media gives you that connection. Like you can go somewhere and everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
And everybody in that room
at
knows
Hunter
your name.
Harden.
At Hunter Harden. At Super Bear in Utah. And it's like, that's why BravoCon was so magical because everyone there had the same commonality. And it was an immediate community from all over the world. And I think that's what that song embodies.
I love that. That's great.
That is cool.
Yes.
It's connection.
What's your favorite theme song, Jen?
I think that mine is "Come and Knock on Our Door."
Come on, knock on our door.
Company.
Been waiting for you.
Yes.
And not even
With the
that I
kisses
love that
of
show that much. I was
kisses
not
and
allowed to watch that
kisses
show.
Yes.
And but the song is just catchy AF. And
Yeah.
it just, and I like, you hear it and I see like Janet and Jack and what was the girl's
Chrissy.
name? Chrissy, yeah.
Chrissy Smith.
Like I see them like in their skates and Janet with
Yeah.
her like little blue like
And Jack toppling over.
yeah, totally.
And Mr. Roper.
It's just so great. It's
and anytime
very
that
nostalgic.
someone knocks, you probably
Come and knock on
you
the
probably
door.
think that.
Yes, yeah.
We've
So
been
it's just
waiting for you.
it gives me all the feels and it's nostalgic
Yes,
to
I
me.
love
so.
that.
And I
That's
think it's just so
awesome.
catchy.
What's yours, Cute?
I never watched the show, but Different Strokes.
Different strokes
Yeah.
to the world.
I just like that song.
How does it start? It's like,
Oh, Lord.
you take the good, you take the
No,
bad,
that's
you
mine.
take them
That's-
both, and
that's
there
the
you
facts
have.
of life.
Oh.
Facts of
That's going to be mine.
Buzzkill, sorry.
You know what, that's
that
the one I
really
was thinking
yours?
of too. It
No,
wasn't
the
Different
Facts of
Strokes.
Life.
It was the
That's
Facts of Life. That's what it
Because
was.
Mr. Drummond did a guest appearance with Arnold on the first pilot
Yes.
episode of
Yes.
Facts of Life.
Yes, Molly
So it's
Ringwald was in the
confused.
first
It's
season.
confusing.
Are you
And
serious?
Yes, the first season had like 8 girls. And
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald, she was a girl named Molly who played the ukulele.
yeah, I remember.
Wow.
That's like my favorite TV show of all time, probably.
I just
Facts of
totally
Life.
ruined your song announcement.
No, it's not. It's not
How did
But you
Different
saved
Strokes
mine.
start? How did it start?
I thought I was thinking of that show. Not
I know, but now we have to
Now
think
what
of
was
Different
How'd that
Strokes.
start?
All right, I don't know. I can't think of it.
We'll give it a goog after this.
I also like "Give Me a Break, I Sure Deserve It" with Nell Carter. Remember?
Yeah, give me a break. Yeah, Nell Carter. I should. It's time I got my piece of the pie.
All right, see, we're going to have a part 2 and continue this conversation.
Uh-huh,
Because I
absolutely.
really want to know the songs that you chose for your children.
Yes.
Oh, I actually have playlists for all 3 of them,
So
separate
we're going to have to,
but equal.
after the
Annabelle's the
holidays, after the second location opens.
And maybe after Heather's book tour, because she goes on book tour in February.
Month of February.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then we have to finish this conversation. That was too much fun.
Well, I mean, and we have to bring up karaoke again.
Yes,
Revisit.
we do.
I was trying to what's the word?
Absolutely.
Revisit
Listen,
karaoke.
I'm constantly looking for mine and yours karaoke duet.
Okay.
I'm constantly thinking about it. It's weird how
Well,
much
good.
I
That's
think
the
about
night.
it.
Well, then you should have more to present me with. Then,
Okay.
where are my
Let's
options?
make a date. Let's make a date, and I'll have options for
Okay,
you.
because Highlander, I live so close to it now. I just love it.
And I was going to say, too, the place that... Wait, you filmed at Punch Bowl, didn't you, with Whitney?
Yes.
So now it's called Flankers, but they do have the private karaoke rooms if we ever wanted to,
I did not know that Flankers had private karaoke.
Yes, they have private karaoke
You know
rooms.
why I didn't know that? Because Tanisha flexes every time we're in Glam about how she goes to Flankers with all these guys and girls and has the best time ever. And she probably left out that they had private karaoke because
Well-
she doesn't want me crashing her flex at Flanker. Tanisha _Styles, I hope your DMs are flooded with flex from Flanker.
I just feel like, though, in a private karaoke room, we could really let loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
without-
if it was just like us, and it would be so fun. Maybe we could get Hunter to sing.
Let's do that. Yeah, Hunter, you gotta get, or at least wear the gold shorts.
Right?
Everybody helps. Everybody helps.
Count us in.
Everyone must
Yes.
assist.
Well, I could not thank you both enough, again, just for being our friends and spending your time with us today, inviting us into your homes and your lives. Like, we're really blessed to have you, and we're so thankful that you were our 100th episode and that we got to be with you today.
Thank you so much. It's a full honor, even if it is just fake for TV. I've enjoyed the 100 episodes that we've listened and been your fans as well. It's quid pro quo. Absolutely enriched our lives, and we are so grateful for your
Absolutely.
friendships.
Yeah.
thank you.
And maybe part 2 will be a Live, Love, Lab episode, and then
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
to be
So-
continued on episode
let's have
80.
some crossover.
You were going to have music therapy episodes.
Oh, that's
I
true.
know. Yes. Yes.
We need to have a crossover for Dreather Hardenwood,
Yes.
Live Love Lab, and then Below Deck. And then
Yes.
Housewives.
Oh, below deck.
We
Yeah,
watched
I
your
got
episodes
stories
last
to
night.
tell.
We got questions to ask.
Well, a lot of ba-dum bumps. It kept adding me to like have these like obnoxious one-liners. Little do they know that's all I do are obnoxious one-liners. I don't even
speak in
participate. I
one-liners.
speak in one-liners.
Yes. Yes. All right. We're going to let you all get back to your busy lives. Thank
Okay,
you
we
so much.
love you.
Love
Happy
you
holidays.
guys.
Merry Christmas. When does this air?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
All right, everybody, get back to work.
Goodbye.
Okay, love you. Bye.